So welcome to Beyond the Strikes, and I'm delighted to say we're joined by Cage Warriors Bantamweight champion Dominique Woodin. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm all good, thanks. I'm all good, thanks.
Excellent, and congratulations on your Cage Warriors 132 win via that flying knee. How many times have you watched that one back?
I watched that back quite a few times, to be honest. So I got on the record on the Skybox because it got shown on TV
Yeah.
a week later. So I got that on record to see that nice on the big screen.
I have to say, I've watched that quite a lot of times on Fight Pass. It
Yeah,
was impressive.
a lot of people have, to be honest, man.
And what was it like headlining at York Hall? It's such a special venue.
Yeah, it's my home. That was my sixth. I've fought there 6 times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've headlined. I've headlined a show, I think, 3 times now on another promotion as well, and obviously on Cage Warriors twice. Just felt normal to me. It's my home. It's my home, man.
I remember I went a few years ago to watch Carl Frampton box there, and like the atmosphere was just absolutely insane.
Yeah, because it's such an intimate venue, and you have a lot of people in there. Sounds like there's more people than how just knowing the space of the York Hall venue.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, and it's like all on top of the cage, isn't it? So you kind of they're right there. Yeah, it's amazing. And it brings us nicely to our first questions, really. So first question for you is, where did you grow up and how did you get into combat sports?
I grew up in Edmonton, North London. So it's not too like Upper Edmonton, so it's not too far off, like literally neighbours with Tottenham. Yeah, that's where I grew up, and how I got into MMA was through an old friend of mine. We're still friends. We're still good friends. He was training jiu-jitsu at the time, and and then he just invited me to come down. Like he invited me to come down, but at the time I was playing football, so I was around probably like 14. Yeah, I think I was 14 years old. I was 14, and then I ended up going to one of the classes, and after it just ended up becoming a weekly thing. And after just started going like every week, and then we did that for a bit, and then after we moved on to doing Thai boxing, we did that for a bit as well. So like at the time I was still playing football, but like it was towards like the ending of me playing football, because I was like, you know what, I like this MMA, this martial arts thing. So it's like if football don't work out, then I know I could do something within the MMA world. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, like with football, when you get to an age of like 14, 15, 16, and you're not within the scouting system or the academy system, it's very hard to still push forward and try and like get in, kind of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Did you get what I'm saying? So you gotta be in it from a very, very young age, kind of thing, if that makes sense. And it's also about who you know. Do you know what I mean? Like within this day and age of like sports like football and stuff, it's not even about how good you are anymore. It's about who you know and what connects you have to be able to get through. Do you know what I mean?
It's so ruthless, isn't it? Like I know a few people who play professional football, and it is ruthless. It's like you can be doing really well, injuries, you get a new manager, it's just mad. It's absolutely mad.
It's just a madness, to be honest. And also, so obviously I stopped playing football and after just took up MMA, because like obviously training jiu-jitsu and doing the Thai boxing. And obviously, with me knowing that I wanted to do MMA there and then, I just thought to myself, you know, let me have a base for myself before I get into MMA. So obviously, that was jiu-jitsu and Thai boxing. But the jiu-jitsu that I was doing was a traditional version. It wasn't a Brazilian jiu-jitsu version. So obviously, it's more like self-defense. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, I like the Brazilian jiu-jitsu because obviously it's within MMA. Do you get what I'm saying? So. So then end up taking up MMA, and then the rest is history, man.
Now champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And did you used to watch MMA? Because like, I mean, we're English. We grow up on football, don't we? So it's North London. I mean, I got a season ticket at Spurs, so don't hang up if you're Arsenal. Were you Spurs, Arsenal?
I'm Arsenal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Arsenal, man. But,
is that the end of the call?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, man. I think I was in like year 7 or some crap or something like that. I was at a friend's house and he had the UFC game. Like, it was on a PS3, UFC 2009.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then after like saw him playing the games, I was like, oh, like, I want to do this. I want to do this. You know what I mean? So that's where the love kind of like started, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I seen like some highlights of like Anderson Silva, and when I saw him, I was just like, oh, I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he's striking like
he fights was so mesmerizing at the time of his prime. Do you get what I'm saying? So, just seeing him fight like that just made me push me more to get into MMA and start training and hopefully fight in the near future.
Yeah, and I mean, we love fighter nicknames. Like whenever we talk to a fighter, it's always we always ask, where did you get it from? And you're on the Black Panther. Where did that come from?
I've had that nickname for nearly just under, I think about 8 years. I've had that nickname for about 8 years, like way before the film came out. From old teammate of mine. We'll sparring one day, and he was just like, "Oh, like you're so quick and like you're so agile and like you got such good balance and good takedown defense. You're like a cat." And he was like, "Oh, I need to give you a nickname, but I can't call you the Black Cat. I need to think of something else." And after he's just like, "Oh, I'll call you the Black Panther." And after I just took the nickname from there. I was just like, "Yeah, I'll ride with that." And then obviously when the Black Panther film came out in 2018, an old teammate of mine also said to me to come out with a mask. But at the time I was like, no, I don't want to do that, man. and then as the film come out, I was just like, you know what, let me just try and see what type of response I get from it. And then I did it, and the response I got from it was quite a good response.
Yeah, I watched that one earlier. It was like the top was amazing. People went crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, because a lot of people now, like, because now my name's kind of like ringing bells and stuff. Like people think like the nickname comes from the movie. No, it don't. It actually comes from the actual animal, the black jaguar.
Yeah,
aka the Black Panther. So yeah, that's where it comes from.
Nice. And then outside of MMA, who would you say is your biggest inspiration in the world of sport?
Outside of MMA, to be honest, there's a ton of inspiration. Do you know what I mean? I take inspiration from anyone that works hard and are trying to achieve their goals, whether it's in corporate, whether it's the corporate world or whether it's in sports or wherever, just in whatever field. Like, I take inspiration from anyone that's a go-getter. I take inspiration from. Do you know what I mean? Obviously I have my inspiration. I've got so many inspirations within sports. You know what I mean? I can name a whole list. We'll be here all day with me naming a whole list. So I'll just say anyone that's out there to get theirs, I'm inspired by.
Like it. Like that. And before a fight, do you have any superstitions that you kind of go through, or do you wear the same clothes at weigh-in? Is there anything that's kind of a superstition for you?
Nah, not really. I don't really believe in superstitions like that, to be honest. It's like, yeah, I don't really believe in that. Like, if you wear like the same shorts, or like, I don't know, walk out with the same entrance song or something. Nah, like, I don't really believe in that stuff. Like, all the hard work's done in the gym. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not down to superstitions and like, oh, if I don't do this is gonna happen, or if I don't do that, do you know what I mean? Like, or if I'm not eating the right food and blah blah blah, this and that. Nah, I don't believe in none of that, to be honest. I just go there, do what I gotta do, and I know what I'm capable of doing. Whether I'm wearing black shorts, pink shorts, whatever. whether I come out to Spice Girls, DMX, Tupac, whatever. You know what I mean? I'll still do the same job.
Yeah, and with your entrance, because we watched the latest fight, like we watched it live and we watched it again today. It was DMX, wasn't it? I think you came up.
Yeah. My last 2 fights I come out to DMX.
Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. Is it something you'd look to stick to, like, going forward, or you just change it up depending on how you feel?
Good question. Because just literally yesterday, my boxing coach Tommy was just like, "Listen, your walkouts are really good. I think you should stick with the DMX. Like, stick with DMX, but if you want, you can change up the DMX tunes. But there's, like, for me personally, because I really like DMX, but there's only like a selective few I can pick to have a very good walkout, if that makes sense. Like, not all of these tracks will go with the type of tempo that I like walking in at, kind of thing. So like, my last two, I used DMX Intro and DMX What's My Name, so it went really well with the vibe of the whole entrance, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, a lot of my entrance songs I come out to like old school hip hop, because that's my thing.
So next round is called the hypothetical round. So the question we have is, you can only watch one fighter's past and future fights forevermore. Who do you pick? So you literally can't watch anyone else ever, just one fighter.
What, in MMA?
In MMA.
For me, it's got to be Anderson Silva, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can. It's just one of them ones. Like, you can watch the same fight over and over again, and you'll still be mesmerized. The thing about Anderson Silva, like, if you watch him, you're definitely gonna rewind.
Yeah.
And see what's done. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you get some fighters and it's just like, yeah, I watched him fight. Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Whereas with Anderson, he's one of those fighters that you have to if you're watching a replay of his fights, you have to rewind and see what he done. Because with me, he's my favorite fighter of all times. And I've taken a lot from his style of fighting. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you see some of my fights, you can see some stuff I do is Anderson Silva-esque. Do you know what I mean? So I've taken a lot from him. Do you know what I mean? Like, great to be a great, you got to watch other greats.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I'd probably say he's top 3 all-time great. Like, there's arguments to say he is literally the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it might obviously for me he's number 1, but he's definitely in the top 3. Whether you put him first, second, or third, he's definitely got to be in the top 3, top 5.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's a great choice because he's got such a great back catalogue of fights. You can kind of literally spend hours and hours watching his fights. And then now he's in boxing, so there you go. I want to see him. I want to see him fight Jake Paul next. That's the one I want to see.
He definitely schools Jake Paul. That's why Jake Paul ain't calling him out. If you're smart and you know why he ain't calling him out, you obviously know why, because he knows Anderson's no slouch, and he knows Anderson's. In my opinion, he's within MMA. He has the best hands in terms of transitioning into boxing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think he's a lot more smoother than McGregor with the hands. In when I'm saying this, I'm saying transitioning into boxing. Don't get me wrong, McGregor's hands is nice, even when he transitions over to boxing, but he doesn't have that smoothness like that smoothness.
His movement's incredible.
He's like liquid. Do you know what I mean? Like the way he moves.
Right. What do you think of those kind of showbiz fights, the whole Jake Paul thing? Because it's kind of split in opinion, really.
Yeah, there is a split. Me personally, I don't mind it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like Jake Paul, he's doing his thing. He's making his money. Also helping out fighters. Do you know what I mean? No matter who he's fighting and who he may be dissing, like he's helping them out. Do you know what I mean? Like he's doing his thing. I ain't got nothing to say about it. It's entertaining. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot, even the people that talk rubbish about it, they're the same people that are going to go and watch it anyway.
I know. And that's the thing. Like, the worst thing you can possibly be is kind of like middle of the road. No one really is interested. You either want to get people like absolutely loving you or absolutely hating you. And he kind of feels like he's doing it really well. Yeah,
to be honest, he's doing it really well. He's doing it very, very, very well, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't knock his hustle. He's doing his thing. And the thing is, to be honest, he is getting better each time he's coming out, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the thing is, personally, I know people personally that have trained and sparred with him. Do you get what I'm saying? So, obviously, like, he's getting better. As he's going on, he's getting better and better. Do you know what I mean? So, and obviously, as you can see, last fight he had with Tyron Woodley knocked him out. Do you know what I mean? He basically cancelled out Tyron Woodley out of combat sports. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
embarrassing, man. You know what I mean? But
the KO was in, like, I don't know if you've seen, like, it was on, I think it was on his TikTok or something. I don't know who had the camera, but that camera angle I saw for that KO was just nuts. Like, it literally looked like you're inside the ring. Yeah, flat out. It was mad.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. So next round is called quick fire round, and we've got some either or questions. So literally, we're going to fire them at you, and you just choose one or the other. You ready?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, is it better to be loved or feared? You see what we did?
Oh, it's better to be feared. I like being feared in my division.
Yeah. And then robots or dinosaurs?
Robots.
Nice. A KO win in the first 5 seconds of a fight or a KO win in the last 5 seconds of a fight?
First 5 seconds.
Yeah, Masvidal style. You got the flying knee down anyway.
Yeah.
Is it better to be rich and famous or rich and unknown?
I'd rather rich. Well, to be honest, what I do, the bigger I get, I'm gonna get rich and famous. But I'd rather be rich and unknown. But
yeah,
in this type of field, it ain't gonna be like that, is it?
No, not the way you're going. Not with these highlight reels.
Exactly.
Would you prefer to travel to the moon or travel to the bottom of the ocean?
Ooh, travel to the moon.
Okay, and then
in water don't go.
And then final one: superheroes or supervillains?
Ooh, I'll go superheroes.
Nice. So this is last couple of questions for you, and thanks again for being on the show. Really appreciate it. What's the latest on when we can see you back in the cage?
Right, this is the latest. So management has spoken with Sean Shelby, a UFC matchmaker, and he's saying he likes me, but also he's saying the UFC London card is full. So in my head, I'm just like, if you like me, just go ahead and sign me. I don't care if I don't make my debut in UFC London. I don't care. As long as I'm in, I'm happy. I can make my debut in the US. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So like obviously Cage Rose is there March 18th, but the thing is, in my heart, I don't really want to be fighting for Cage Rose because you got to realize the way this year has gone for me and the way the last one went and what was said after the last fight, it's just it just makes sense for me to segue into the UFC. It don't make sense for me to fight on Cage Rose again, if that makes sense. Even the vibe I'm getting off of Cage Rose is as if like they know I'm going. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like UFC like me, but they have not given me. They're not giving me a contract yet. Do you know what I mean? So that's I'm a bit in a I'm in a how can I say I'm in a.
It's a bit in limbo at the moment, just waiting for commitment on it.
It's like listen, like no one in Cage Rose history has done what I've done within the past 6 months. Do you know what I mean? Like and straight back to back, devastating KOs. No one's done that. Do you know what I mean? And the fashion I'm doing it in, like every KO I do is a statement. It's not no TKOs, none of that rubbishness. It's just straight KOs, big statement. And for them to say they like me and then not give me a contract, it just does not make sense to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear no Dana White contenders because the way I've performed this year and the work I put in this year is not deserving of Dana White contenders. I need a straight contract. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it makes sense.
It just makes sense for me to just segue straight into the UFC now. So it's like I'm in a bit of limbo right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a bit frustrating because like I've put in so much work this year, and my body of work this year is just unprecedented. Like no one's done what I've done in Cage Rose.
I mean, it's absolutely a highlight reel.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff.
The thing is, seeing like all of these awards and like that Cage Rose is doing, it's like I'm just looking at them. I'm just like, listen, I am the Cage Rose award because no one outdone me this year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No one's outdone me. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, from our point of view, it feels like it's only a matter of time.
You just need to snap me up. Do you know what I mean? Like, like the amount of messages I'm getting from people, like, "Oh, are you in? Are you in? Did you get your contract?" It's jarring. It's annoying. It's annoying because I have it. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's only a matter of time. It really does.
Yeah,
And I think you look at the fighters that have come from Cage Warriors and what they've done in the UFC over the years. It's just incredible. So it feels like natural transition to get someone like
yeah,
you over
yeah.
into the UFC. So we'd be shocked if you're not signed up at the start of next year.
Exactly. I'll be quite surprised myself, to
And
be fair.
anyway, we've got tickets for Cage Warriors on the Friday, and then we'll have tickets for the UFC on the Saturday. So we'll be seeing
Oh,
you.
you're going to Saturday as well.
Well, once the tickets go out for the
All right.
UFC, yeah, we'll definitely be getting them
Good,
tickets.
good man.
Yeah, can't
Good.
wait. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Really appreciate your time. You've got massive fans in us. Like genuinely, whenever you're fighting, we'll be there. So
Appreciate
yeah,
it,
thank you. Representing North London, even if it is the red side.
man.